All right, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Aman Bakshi, and I'm the founder of Eduwell Planet. Uh, I welcome you to another episode of Enlightening Saturdays with Ms. Taruna Kapoor. A little introduction about Ms. Kapoor. She's the acting principal of Ramagya School, Dadri. She brings with her about 20 years of teaching and school management experience and has been associated with educational brands like Bachpan, Allen House Group of Schools, and DPS. Her focus as an educator is to address the holistic development needs of the children in her school. She has been certified by British Council in Adobe and is also a part of numerous school leader groups where she is contributing immensely to the development of educational reforms. A very warm welcome, Ms. Kapoor, to today's session.
My pleasure, Aman.
Thank you. So the topic for today's discussion, ma'am, is how to develop constructive screen time for the children in these time of COVID crisis. So in these unprecedented times, one of the sectors which has been compelled to change the way it thinks and functions is the education sector. In this whole scheme of things, technology has started to play a very major role in the way teaching learning happens for children, teachers, and all the stakeholders in the education ecosystem. And technology also has taken a major chunk of space in the teaching learning process, but has also invaded the fun and leisure time for the children, which they used to initially spend playing or interacting socially. And now that time is spent in watching television, playing games on computers, watching videos on mobiles and iPads, and etc. So if you look about 3 months back, we used to tell the children not to use too much technology because it has its adverse effects. And now we have gotten them exposed to the technology ourselves. And this seems to be a part of their lives, which will continue for at least for this academic year. So considering all of the scenario which has happened, where we are and what the future beholds for everybody in the education ecosystem, my first question to you, ma'am, will be, there was a movie called, a long time back, there was an English movie called The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. So how do you see the screen time out of these three? Is it a combination, or the screen time and technology, they have a special place in terms of either they are good, they are completely bad? And what are your thoughts on the screen time and technology?
I mean, what I feel is that if there's a perfect balance in the screen time also, the children would be benefited, because these are tough times, right? And how to reach the children and how to teach the children is a challenge for the teachers as well. The teachers who were, not tech savvy also, they have also learned, and they have, they are delivering the children the way it should be. Right. So I feel if there's a proper balance in everything, then I think we can look at the good side of it. And if there is not a perfect balance, like if we having a screen time for 8 hours, 6 hours, like a proper school, then it becomes a little difficult for the children as well as the parents as well. Like if we have, say, 40 minutes or 45 minutes a class, and we have 2 subjects or maybe like that, so the children will be benefited and they would be in touch of academics, which is very important. Otherwise, they would be lost. Right? When they come back to school, they wouldn't be knowing anything. 1 year gap is a major gap, right? So for me, like, I am into global collaboration also. So what I do is, like, yesterday we were, collaborating with New Jersey, USA, Japan, and Russia. Students were there. My students, group of students were also there, and you won't believe the Zoom session. The moderator were children. The teachers were silent. Their cameras were off. The mics were mute, and the children were moderating. What wonderful session it was! And that gives a lot of confidence and knowledge to the children to come up to that level. Like a child from Dadri, he shared a presentation that how COVID would be when we go back to school. Are they scared or not? So, they research, they become researchers, and then they, deliver. You need a lot of confidence to reach there. Right. So I feel in a way it is good. It is good that the children are coming close to technology, and I mean, it's a very good sign.
Right, right.
For me, I mean, it's good.
Right.
My children play Kahoot, they play quiz, they are making presentations, you know, and then they are into this Padlet. They are posting their comments there also. Then whatever topic, whatever project we give them, they are doing that also. And I feel project-based learning is always the best way of teaching students.
So I agree. I mean, just to take a lead from your point, if a child from a place like Dadri is developing a project and using a technology like Zoom and interacting with students and teachers of other countries, that will help the child develop a lot of confidence, which is a very important element for a child to kind of succeed when the child grows up. So
Yes.
I've been a product of the same. I mean, I hate to say so, but marks I could not achieve a lot when I was a student. But uh, confidence, exposure, talking to people, putting my thoughts across, all of that has become very important for children to succeed. And those are one of the
Yes.
traits everybody is kind of looking at. So academic
Yes.
excellence is important, but
Yes.
being a confident personality and being a
All rounder.
all-rounder, society-worthy human being, all of those traits have started to kind of stand out uh, than just academic excellence. So I believe, so I think it's the technology and the screen time basically is a combination,
Yes.
and all of that put together is a beneficial thing for the children to learn that trick of the
Yes,
trade
and
probably.
I would intervene in between. Like parents come up with this: the screen time is more, the screen time is more. What are they doing when the children is watching a television?
Mm-hmm.
They make the child, they give a child iPad, just play games on this.
Yeah.
Even that is screen time.
Right.
So what we are doing as school leaders or school teachers, we are, you know, giving them something which is beneficial for them.
Right, right, right.
So
Usage of technology in academics and enhancement of a particular category of children, I think that's a boon for the children at this point
yes,
in
it is a
time.
blessing.
Right, lovely. So now that it leads to the second time, how do you think the screen time can be reduced? I mean, do you have any thoughts on how the screen time can be reduced for children or used in a more constructive fashion, probably?
See, what I said just now, PBL,
Hmm.
project-based learning. If you give them any project, right? Suppose my children are based in rural area, I give them a project of, you know, say growing crops, making the planet green, and you know, then researching on that, that how you can help the community after growing the crops, after working on them. So that gives lot many traits or lot many personality traits in the children, that yes, they owe back to the society as well. So I think these kind of things can be worked with the children, and the screen time can be lessened, and they can develop a hobby by you know, planting plants, and it's a challenge for all of us. The planet has to be green. That is how we are, you know, I am dealing with them like this only. They're
And
working, and
right.
they're working with Japan also on Monday and Tuesday. We have two
Mhm.
groups of children. 10 children are collaborating with Japan children, and they're working on climate change and poverty. They are these are two PBL, project-based learning projects. So they are
Mhm.
researching, they are sharing their PPTs, they are coming to solutions, and they are learning a lot. So
Right.
I feel that you know, the screen time can be lessened by this, or you can have board games for them,
Right.
chess they can play, and
Mhm.
they can go into reading books,
Mhm.
which is very important. When the parents read books,
Yes.
the children will also read books. The
Right.
little ones, the tiny tots, the children, the mothers need to read stories to them.
Right.
So that is
Right.
how this time can be, you know, lessened, and the children can be benefited.
Right. Right. So it's more of the fact that the involvement of the parents or the grandparents or people in the household needs to increase
Yes,
multifold
yes,
for the
yes,
reduction of the screen time for the children to
yes,
happen. Because if you leave them all by themselves, then the only thing which they see are either the iPads or the mobile phones or the
mobile
laptops
phones.
or the televisions. And that's the kind of engagement I think they generally look forward to, and they are more comfortable with, right? So
Yes.
I think that element which you rightly said has to be instigated by the parents, that they
Yes.
need to sit with children, read books.
Talk to them,
Yeah,
play with them.
right,
So they should give time to them. I think this is a blessing that they have got this much time with the child, and
right,
they should do meditation with them. They should do yoga with them. They should
yeah,
exercise. They should play with them, and
yes,
that is how they can teach sanskaras to them. They can enchant mantras with them. You
right,
know.
right,
So these are there are many things where screen time can be listened, but then you have to give time to your child, which
right.
is very important.
Yes, I mean, I had a lot of parents coming up to me in family, friends, and otherwise, who said it is very difficult for us to juggle our jobs and the household chores and the requirements from the children, but they don't really realize that this is a God-given opportunity for them to
Yes,
connect with their
yes,
children,
yes.
probably.
And this
And
time they will never get, it won't be coming back.
yeah,
Right?
right, right, right. So I think they should be open to kind of spending a lot of time with their children. How they
Yes,
kind of take it out from their busy schedules is up to them. But I think it is very important for them to kind of connect with their children and
yes.
create that bond, probably, which is going to help them
Throughout.
as parents and children to kind of connect and lead better lives when they grow up.
Yes,
Right?
yes,
Great. And also about the constructive screen time, I think that thing which you shared, that the children are making projects, sharing
yes,
it with children in
facilitations.
Japan,
Yes.
all of that can be, or they can probably use screen time to watch a good television, good movie rather, with their parents.
On National Geographic, there are so many movies. We can take them to virtual trips.
Right.
My friends, the collaborations. We have that. The teachers take the children to the virtual trips of that
Right.
particular country, and then they have a quiz based on it. So
Mhm.
that can be used. That can be,
Yeah.
that is going to be a blessing for a child, and he would learn about that country.
Yes, yes, yes. I think that's very important. I mean, when they have that kind of a leverage, they can
Yes,
kind of utilize technology to kind of expand their horizon in various aspects of life,
yes,
which help them learn a lot about the environment, other countries, other cultures, and basically help them towards holistic development as an individual,
yes.
I think. Great,
And there are
great.
n number of sites. If you explore them, I have got so many links that the children have got online libraries where you can read books, you
Mhm.
can write, and your writing skills can be developed. When
Yeah,
you read books, you become a writer also, isn't
right.
it? So
Yes.
it is up to you how you take it up, how
Right,
you how you divide your time and work on it.
right, right, right. So, I mean, if I have to summarize this quick conversation with you, Ms. Kapoor, I would say that screen time, if utilized properly, technology, if used properly at this point in time, would serve as a boon
Yes,
for the students to help them grow as individuals for now and for future.
of course.
Great,
like
great.
like one more point I missed on, that my children are writing letters to friends in Canada, friends in
Yeah.
New Jersey, friends in Japan, friends in
Right.
Brazil. So writing skills are being developed. They are writing the letters are coming from their pen pals, and they are also writing them back. So
Right.
it is like constant learning. You're learning about their culture. You are giving them telling them about your culture. So there are
Sure.
so many things you can be positive about.
Explore. Right. Great. Um, so, all right. So, thank you, Ms. Kapoor, for your time and the suggestions. And I'm sure all the stakeholders in the education community, from parents to students to teachers to school leaders, shall be benefited out of this session. And thank you once again for sparing your valuable time to be with us. And hope to see you soon for another of these enlightening Saturday sessions.
Perfect,
Good
perfect.
day, ma'am.
Thank you. Good day to
Have a
you.
nice day. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Bye
Bye bye.
bye.